What's the word, folks? My bad about that. What it do is YouTube. I don't say TikTok. But yeah, man, my bad about that. So I know y'all heard about the extra moon, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. What's going on? So the things that they coming out and telling us and shit, right? They want us to believe that these things is normal, man. You know what I'm saying? Show y'all something, right? I want to show y'all something, man. Now the only place I heard of this happening was right here. All right, we all talk about it, but they, you know, it's a lot of fairy tale type stuff going on, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never heard of two moons. First, you know what I'm saying? They tell us that it couldn't be two suns. They lying. These people been lying, man. Anyway, I want y'all to see this right here. Now you see where it says the heavens will burn brightly and redly. Now, do y'all see what's going on with the red skies and shit? Y'all see that? Right? Then they say there will be a copper hue over the face of the land, followed by a day of darkness. Then they say a new moon will appear and break up and fall. Now that's the beginning of, well, not the beginning, like, but halfway through the manuscripts. I'm telling you, it's real live frightening what they talking about in this book, because everything that they tell us, we seeing. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny everything else. You know what I'm saying? Because we reading it, so we can't deny what we seeing with our own eyes. I mean, because we reading it. But yeah, stuff getting serious, man. That second moon, I don't know, you know, what's the effects gonna be, but if one moon controls the currents of the oceans on the land, then what the hell two moons gonna do? Right? That's all I can think about. I mean, that's all I can come up with. I really don't know, you know. So I'm just saying, man. Yeah, they said it's gonna be in orbit for about 2 months, but that's some weird shit. That ain't weird to y'all? That's weird, man. And the only place you hear about a new moon popping up is the Coburn Bible. The Coburn Bible, man. You see what it says? I try to tell y'all, man, but we gonna go a little bit deeper. So they tell you the people will scatter in madness, right? They say they will hear the trumpet in the battle cry. Hey, close that door. Close the door where you at, man. Hurry up. Take it off. Take it off, man. You too loud. What I do with it? I'm tripping. Oh, 1 second. 1 second, y'all. I'm right back. My bad, y'all. I'm looking for something. What? Alright, forget it. We don't do that. We gonna go in with this book, man. My bad about that. But we gonna go into here. Now, let's go into these prophecies. They say the people will scatter in madness. They will hear the trumpet of the battle cry of the destroyer, and they will seek refuge within dens of the earth. And it says that terror will eat away their hearts. Their courage will flow from them like water from a broken pitcher. They will be eaten up by the flames of the wrath and consumed by the breath of the destroyer. Then they go into these prophecies, right? So let's go into these prophecies. They say, thus was in the days of heavenly wrath, which have gone, and thus will days of doom when it comes again, which is here, right? They say the times of his coming and going are known unto the wise. They say these are the signs, okay? So we got signs. These are the signs in the times which shall precede the destroyer's return, okay? Let's go into what they see. Let's see what they got to say. They say 110. Hey, close whatever door you at, man. Hold on. Right, my bad. So it says, let's go back to it. All right. So they say, thus was in the days of heavenly wrath which have gone, and thus will be in the days of doom when it comes again. They say the times of his coming and going. My bad. The times of his coming and going are known unto the wise. These are the signs and the times which shall precede the destroyer's return. They say 110 generations shall pass into the west, right? A nation, right, nations will rise and fall. They say man will fly in the air as birds and swim in the seas as fishes. They said man will talk peace with one another. Hypocrisy and deceit shall have their day. They say women will be as men. Men will be as women. They say plaything will be a passion of men. Okay? Now, ain't this crazy? Because these are the signs and the times that shall precede the destroyer's return. Now, y'all don't hear what the fuck these people, excuse my language. But if you don't know where you at in this world today, and you lost soul, man. Let's go a little bit deeper. They say a nation of soothsayers will rise and fall, and you are witnessing that right now. And their tongue shall be the speech learned. What tongue is that? English. They say a nation of lawgivers shall rule the earth and pass away into nothingness, and you are witnessing that now. They say one worship will pass into the four corners of the earth, right? Talking peace and bringing war. That's Christianity, people. Sorry to tell you that, but it's the truth. They say a nation of the seas, right? Who they say got the greatest so-called nation? What was I finna say? The Navy, right? Navy SEALs, right? Who got the not even, the best Navy? Not even the Navy SEALs, but who got the best Navy? So they say. This is what a lot of Caucasians like to say. Oh, United States got the greatest Navy. It ain't hard to understand who these people talk, who these prophecies is about, man. All right, so they say a nation of the seas will be greater than any other. That's what they believe. This is what these people truly believe. Everybody over here believe that America ain't gonna touch, but see, America's gonna be just like they talked about in the Bible. Babylon has fallen. All right, they say a nation of the seas will be greater than any other, but will be as an apple rotten at the core, and that's this place, man. They say and will not endure because they ain't gonna win this war, man. So they ain't gonna win. They say a nation of traitors. This is these people. A nation of traitors will destroy men with wonders and shall have its day. Then shall the high strive with the low, the north with the south, and the east with the west, the light with the darkness. And we witnessing that, right? It's crazy because when they talk about, men being this women and women being this man, all I could come up with that shit is on TikTok when you scrolling and you see a grown ass man swearing up and down he's a woman. When they be like, trans women are women, that's men being this woman. And then you got the women thinking they men, so that's women being this men. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest prophecies right there. I don't think they really condone this shit nowhere else like this in the world, like they do over here. That's how you know the Roman and Greek, you know what I'm saying, their traditions is still living on. Because that shit come from there. That's a lot of Greek practices and shit. They've been doing that for centuries. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a abomination. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people probably got, you know, unalived and stoned to death and all type of shit for that. Because I'm reading it here the other day. I forget where. Oh, matter of fact, I think I got it. Hold on. Right here. Look what I'm reading right here. Right? So we know that this is a sin. Hold on. Where is that? Right here. It is an abomination in the sight of the God of gods for a man to devour themselves. Come on now, man. Come on. This is in the Coburn Bible. This is in the Coburn Bible. This motherfucker is speaking on, when I say that it's literally, and this is dealing with, you know what I'm saying, the so-called people that y'all so-called worship. You see who this dealing with? This is dealing with the so-called God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This book was the last, what they say? The first 6 books of the Coburn Bible are all remains of a 36-year-old anthology penned by Egyptians, academics, and scribes after the Hebrew Exodus inspired by the regional search for the who? The one true God of Abraham. Features detailed accounts of how the 10 plagues of Exodus devastated the mighty empire. See, they not telling y'all the truth. They not telling y'all the truth. It's an abomination to fucking gonna tell you off and say that you a woman. This shit been going on for they've been practicing this shit for thousands of years. You even go so far up in here to where they talk about women aborting kids and shit. Right? They even said if men have something to do with that, they should damn basically be put to death. This is literally in this book. Y'all think this something new? You got people right now today aborting kids. This is real life. Aborting kids left and right, and they calling it women's rights. That shit crazy, man. That's like some type of you know, it's just crazy to me because it's kind of weird that it's like a practice, you know what I'm saying? And how they you know, basically that's they, you know, they fight for this bitch ass selection. You know what I'm saying? That's really what they can come up. All they got to come up with is fucking women's rights and abortion this and abortion that. Like, bro, we done got so fucked up in life to where we think going inside of a clinic and killing a baby is normal. All right, come on now, man. Y'all don't think there's nothing wrong with that shit? You, especially if you have kids, how could you look at your kids and walk up in the clinic and go kill? And I could see if you like gonna have complications through your, you know, your birth and shit like that, then, you know, that probably calls for, you know, abortion. Or, you know, even if you was SA'd or some shit. Just because you lay down and have a baby don't give you the right to say, oh, you just want to unalive it. That shit don't make sense to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody, that's not a right. That shit's sick. It's women out here that have 4 or 5 abortions. When are you gonna accept the fact that it's your fault and shit, and y'all just playing God? Motherfucker just unaliving. These are people. You gonna have a problem. Listen, this is what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? They don't. The world is not. We done got so sick in our minds. It's like a big mental health issue, I guess, because how we get so fucked up in our minds that this has become a common thing, like to the fact where people is arguing and saying, "Oh, it's a right," like a room, like what type of sick shit? That's sick to me, fam. That's sick, man. I don't care what nobody say. That's really, really crazy. You know what I'm saying? For us to be practicing it, it's like a ritual. To me, that's what I feel like. And then I feel like they pushing it on all our people. Because in all our neighborhoods, we got Planned Parenthoods and shit. You know, just crazy shit, man. Like, just crazy things, man. Like, they pushing this shit on our people, man. How many of them people y'all know going to get abortions and shit? Not too many, man. You know what I'm saying? They losing in numbers. So why would they want to abort their kids? If they dropping in numbers through the census and shit, that don't even make sense. So who they really trying to abort? And y'all falling for this shit. This ain't about no motherfucking women's rights or about no women. This about black women. When you look around, you are the number 1 motherfuckers who have 4 or 5 kids in the average household. At least 3 or more. So when it come to aborting kids and shit, who they really trying to get rid of? This shit is crazy, man. It's like we living in some type of sci-fi film or some shit. Just like when they talking about another moon finna come into orbit. We finna have 2 moons for 2 months. See, you motherfuckers walk around like this, y'all. Like you been in this world. Half of us been in this world for over 20 years. You ain't never heard shit like this. Just like I say with the red skies and all this shit. All these eclipses back and forth, super moons and all this crazy shit. Bro, we ain't never seen none of this. We never had this shit. We never really experienced a lot of this stuff that's taking place, man. And we all walking around like this our everyday life. The news tell us another moon finna come into orbit for 2 months, and we just go on about our everyday lives and shit. Like that don't mean a damn thing. I don't understand, bro. This shit is crazy, man. Man, yeah. But what's so crazy is that, you know, you got people saying that they see an extra sun and there's 2 suns in the sky, and then you'll have a motherfucker argue you up and down as if it's not possible, just for these people to come along and tell you that there's another moon showing up. If it's another moon, then it's another sun. I mean, come on now, man. Is we this crazy? And then what do they call the so-called other sun? A dwarf star, right? What they call this moon? Go look up and see what they call that moon. A mini moon or some shit. So, dog, it's crazy, man. This is a crazy time, dog. I promise you. This gotta be the time we was warned about when we was kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how them old folks used to tell us, you know, we was gonna fight the war of Armageddon and all type of crazy shit. You know how them old folks used to be and shit. You know, y'all gonna see the end of the world. I done heard that from a couple motherfuckers. This is literally, this got to be it, because how much more wicked can the world get? For a person, an everyday person that eats, sleep, and shit and piss like a regular person, to just be able to go and take life as if they God. You could choose, and then they telling you that it's your right to play God. That don't even make sense. If you laid down and had that baby consensually, why the fuck is you killing it? There's people out here that can't even have kids. Motherfuckers been trying 20, 30 years to have kids, man, and y'all can have them and unaliving them left and right. This shit don't even matter. It don't make sense to me. It will make more sense to have the baby and adopt it out. But then what y'all say? Oh, I wouldn't want to carry. You can't stomach to carry a baby for 9 months and then give it away, but you can stomach going to kill it? This got to be the most wickedest generation, man. I had that, man. This is the wickedest shit I have ever witnessed, ever. You know, abortion wasn't a common thing back in the day. Like, when we was growing up, you ain't hear too many people talking about that shit, that we wasn't aborting our kids. That wasn't common. How you think we ended up with so many fucking kids? My mother got 12 kids. 12. It's 4 boys and 8 girls. It's 12 of us. We don't believe that shit, man. We didn't grow up like that, dog, to be thinking like this is a regular, normal thing. And then y'all will walk around and call yourself Christians, man. Like, these practices, man, it's just so contradicting to me, because majority of you motherfuckers say y'all Christians. Majority of y'all following the so-called Jesus. And that's why I say that the biggest trick the devil ever pulled off was making the world believe he God. That's the biggest trick. If that wasn't the coldest trick that Satan ever pulled off with the mental, was to get the world to worship men and make them believe that he was God, I don't know what was. That's the coldest trick Satan ever pulled off. Fuck Eve in the apple. The coldest trick that he ever pulled off was making a motherfucker think that man was God walking the earth. Only to come back and contradict themselves and say, do not worship no one but the Father that is in heaven alone. For you motherfuckers to say, in Jesus' name we pray. Now, how contradicting is that? Then, how does Jesus become the Father if Jesus praying to the Father? It's a lot of contradicting going on with this shit, man. I'm telling you. So, Jesus told you, for it is written, do not worship no one but the Father that is in heaven alone. You motherfuckers praying to Jesus, calling him Father. Where are we getting this from? How did Jesus go from being the Son to the Father? This shit just don't make sense to me, man. It just don't make sense to me. And it's 2024, and I got questions. I'm asking questions. Because for the simple fact, I'm sitting up here studying this, and what I have come to, you know, find out on my own is that we've been lied to. Don't get me wrong, it's a creator. Might have been a few prophets too. But there ain't nobody coming to crack no sky. There's nobody coming to save you. Death and destruction will plague the land like it has always done. This ain't the first time. Ain't no horse and no carriage coming to save you. The Most High promised that destruction should come upon the land. The land should wobble like a drunken and fall. Talking about a rapture. You get raptured, you dead. What you think that is? Your body floating up to the sky. You think you alive? You think you still living? Come on now, man. If it's any type of rapture, it done already happened and we done been left behind. We done been left here. So whatever the fuck y'all waiting on, it already passed you. You can't tell me this in this world, it's some saints around. You don't see all the news coming out with these people? You don't see the things that they okay with? Come on now, man. We've been left behind. Any motherfucker that's here with us today been left with us. They just like us. That's why they here. Straight up. You say in the clouds going where? I said in the cloud. You know how people just feel like, you know, that I don't know if they think Jesus gonna come back on a horse in the carriage or some shit with an army of angels or some goofy shit. But that ain't the case, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we study around here. We got every Bible, every book, you know. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull some of this shit out for you. We locked in over here, man. I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna show y'all just how locked in we is. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't think I'm motherfucking just talking about bullshit. But we locked in, man. Okay? I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of my library. A bit of this library. Alright? So first, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna study this thing. Right? This is what I was just telling you. Right, to all my Christians, so-called Christian brothers and sisters. You see where it says the Lord's devastation of the earth? I want you to pay attention now, okay? That's Isaiah chapter 24. You see the Lord is going to lay waste and devastate the earth. You see it? Devastate. He said, see, the Lord is going to lay waste the earth and devastate it. And you see, he said he will ruin its face. But see, you got to pay attention to this part. You see, and scatter its inhabitants. So during this time, people will still be on the land. All right, ain't no horse, no carriage coming for you. He said it will be the same for the priests as for the people. So who getting raptured? If the priests ain't good enough to get raptured, nobody's good enough to get right. You see what they say? It will be the same for the priests as for the people, for the master as for his servant, for the mistress as for her servant, for the seller as for the buyer, for the borrower as for the lender, for the debtor as for the creditor. The earth will be completely laid waste and totally plundered. The Lord has spoken. So what we waiting on? Where y'all get these stories from? Right? Then he goes so far to go on and tell you, you know, that the earth will be broken up, the earth will be split asunder, the earth will be shaped like a drunkard. Right? Like a drunkard. But see, we got all these fairy tales, right? Not only that, not only is he saying that, right? He's also telling you, for all of y'all that worship this Bible, you know, what do you think about this right here? Let me ask y'all something. What do you think about this? Right? Let me just ask y'all one thing. You see where he says this at? Right here, right? You see what he says? For I am with thee, says the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end, right? A full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. So it's some people in this world that's going to be, they never going to come back, right? So he's saying basically his people going to come back. He's not going to make a full end of his people. This is how you know we don't die. But I will correct thee in measure. But a lot of us is out of here in order to, you know, I guess correct, you know, because I guess, I don't know, there's so much bullshit going on in the world that he promised to take his own people out by numbers, by measure. So much of a measure, you know what I'm saying? It probably wouldn't be that many people left. He said he not going to make a full end of his people, but he will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Now, how does that work in y'all Christian Bible and church? Where does that fit in at? Where's the promise? I thought everybody was going to heaven. Don't none of this shit make sense because heaven has 12 gates. And at the top of each gate is one of the names of the 12 tribes. So I'm trying to figure out where's this one heaven where everybody is at. Going to the book of Revelation, it literally gives you a description of heaven. And he saw heaven, he saw the gates. And at the top of each gate was a name of one of the 12 tribes. So therefore, you know that they not even going to be dwelling together. If they not dwelling together, then who's dwelling with them? Come on now, man. The Bible literally tells you that everybody else will be handmaids and bond servants. That's why there's 12 gates to heaven. It's not no heaven. It's not just no one heaven or no shit like that. And then not only that, you know, heaven is not in the sky. I don't know why people keep saying that. But your heaven is here on earth. That's why he said in the new Jerusalem, right? The new heaven. Where was the new heaven? On earth. So where the fuck is the old one? If ain't nobody in heaven, nobody been in heaven, where's the old heaven at? How is there a new one? As if somebody else been there for it to be old. That don't make sense. All right. I'm just saying, man. But we can go a little bit deeper if y'all want to. I'm just telling y'all. We can't believe everything that we hear. We've been lied to about this Bible. Even hold on, let me see. I had a book somewhere. Where's that book at? I had a book somewhere. Oh, I remember I just had it. Oh, we missing the book. Some books in that room. Hold on. Right? I'm still trying to get y'all to understand something. Is there a book here?
No. Oh, I think so.
There is a book here somewhere. Get all this stuff about it.
I think so, I saw a book.
Where that book at?
Oh my God, you'll be able to see it.
Oh, man. Oh, I just had that book.
That book.
Not this book, but it's another one. It ain't got no cover on it. All white book.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that book.
Okay, well, you gotta help me find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna need that book, man. Hold on. And, see, that's why I gotta start organizing. Man, I don't even know what I did with the books, man. Well, I got these books, but it's one book in particular. Because I was using them yesterday. Look on that couch. It might be on that couch over there. On the floor or something. There you go. Look. See, told you, man.
Oh, I'm so smart.
Okay. Yeah, you are. You're a smart guy, man. You're a smart buddy.
Genius.
You are. You are a genius. I am a genius. Now, this is what I want to explain to y'all, man. Right? See what the Bible talks about this right here? Where he talks about his people. Right? See where it says... He said, for I am with thee to save thee, right? Though I make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure. Now he's talking about thee, which is his people. You see how it says the word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah from the Lord saying, thus speaketh the Lord God of who? Not the world, but the Lord God of Israel, right? Why does we got to make that make sense? Because you see right here where it says, and among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people. See that? Y'all see that? And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people who thou lovest, thou hast gavest a what? A law that is approved of all. Now, why do I say that? It's all of these people, the rest of these people that he's talking about, the Lord will save thee, though I make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee. Where did he scatter them to? Who's he talking about? Right? Where did he scatter these people to? Watch this. This why they say it's like a puzzle. This is why they said precept upon precept. Little here and a little there. Watch this. It's like a puzzle, man. It's all right here. That's why you know that we living in the last days. Because 10, 20 years ago, a pastor couldn't do this if it killed him. And I put that on. I put my life on that. I put my life on that. 10, 20 years ago, a pastor couldn't bust this down and precept upon precept, little here and a little there, if it killed him. And that's on everything I love. Now watch this. This how you know we in the last days. You see this? You see this right here? Watch this. You see where he says, he's talking to his people. Bless us for obedience. And if you shall faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, right? Your God. Because he's only the God of who? Israel. He only has who? One people. He said, now if you will faithfully obey the voice of the Lord your God, being careful to keep his commandments that I command you today, the Lord your God will set you above all the nations. Now, how is he talking to all people, y'all? Y'all know what a nation is? A nation is people. Those are different people. Now, how the fuck is this Bible written to the whole world? And he's talking to the whole world, and God so loved the world. Because this shit ain't making sense. Now, he's talking to one people. If they serve him, this is how you know there's other gods. And I ain't talking about, you see how the Cobra tells you that it is an abomination in the sight of the God of gods for men to devour themselves. So we know there's other gods, man. Right? Now let's go a little bit deeper. So he tells you, but if you, he said, hold on, right? He said, the Lord your God will set you above all nations on the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you. Now don't forget that. He's only talking to his people. Now let's go see what they did to his people. Now let's go back. He said, and the Lord, right? And the Lord will scatter you among all the peoples from one end of the earth, even until the other, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, right? That's what he said. Let's go back. There you shall serve other gods of wood and stone. Now what did he say to them? The Lord shall save thee, though I may make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee. But I thought God was into it with the devil. I thought all this shit was about the devil. No, it's about these nations. You see, the Lord has controversy with the nations. You see, watch this. Before I go any deeper into that, I just need y'all to know something. You see, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have controversy with who? With the nations. He will plead with all flesh, and he will give them that is wicked over to the sword, said the Lord. He said, thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, right? But where the devil at? And a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day, from one end of the earth even until the other. Now, how y'all missing this? How y'all missing this, right? Now, he's telling y'all that a great whirlwind shall come up from the coast of the earth. What is this great whirlwind? Let's go back into the court. Let's go back into the Cobra, because this Bible, the Cobra Bible, is all together. This is what they ain't even telling y'all. They got most of this shit. Noah's whole story. They got the Cobra Bible. Now watch this. Watch this, right? I set that there. We gonna set that right there. Right? Hold on. Don't go nowhere. I got to pull this out right here. I got to show y'all something. I don't need y'all to go nowhere. Now what the Lord say? I mean, what the Cobra say? That a noise shall come even to the what? To the ends of the earth. For the Lord has who? Controversy with the nations. They say he will what they say? He will plead with all flesh, and he will give them that is wicked over to the sword, said the Lord. Now watch this. Let's go on to the manuscripts. Manuscript, chapter 6, right? Chapter 6, 37. Chapter 6 and 37. Let's see what it says, right? Hold on. Chapter 6, no, 31. Chapter 6, my bad. Chapter 6, 31, right? Let's see. 6, 31. Right here. You see, now what did the Lord promise? Right? He said, what did he say? What did he promise? Now these are the same books. You see, that's the Pharaoh. That's the same Pharaoh from Egypt, the same person that was chasing the slaves, wouldn't let the slaves go. You see, the host of Pharaoh came upon the slaves by the salt water and the shores, but they were held back from them. Them same slaves that they talk about today, them same people. The same Hebrew slaves, they're the same people that was fighting servitude in Egypt. These are the same fucking people, and that's why they try to keep y'all away from this book, because this book gonna shed light on the truth. Now watch this. You see, a noise shall come even. They say a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord have controversy with the nations. Now what is that noise that should come even to the ends of the earth? Right? They gonna tell you. Watch this. Where that book go? Where that book? See, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. Right? right? What they say? What they say? The days of stillness were followed by what? A time when there was a noise of trumpeting and shrilling was heard in the heavens. And the people became frightened, beasts without herdsmen. But hold on, right? The noise of the trumpeting and the shrilling. Watch this. Now this is the Coburn Bible, right? The noise of this all accounts of what they seen during the Exodus. This is the last time that this thing appeared was during the Exodus. Now watch this. The noise of the trumpeting and the shrilling sound, right? Hold on, you see this? It said the people will scatter in madness. They will hear the trumpet and the battle cry of Hudo, of the destroyer. Now watch this. Watch this. Now they said that. These were the people that witnessed the Exodus. Now watch this. You see where it says, a noise shall come even to the ends of the earth. For the Lord have controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh, and he will give them that is wicked over to the sword, said the Lord. Now watch this. Right? Hold on. Oh, right there. He said, thus says the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They don't talk about this in no motherfucking church. Where did this come from? A great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even to the other. Now, where do we get this whirlwind? Where do we get this whirlwind, right? Watch this. Now, they talking about the slaves. The slaves have been making sacrifice, and despair and lamentations were loud. Now before the strange sight and the hesitation of doubt, in the space of breath, they stood still and silent in confusion, shouting, some pressing forward in the waters against all soft to flee back from the unstable ground. And hold on. My bad. Let's go back. Let's go back to 31. 31. What they say? A whirlwind arose in the east and swept over and encamped the host. A gale raged all night in the what? The red twilight dawn. It was the movement of the earth, and the waters receded from the seashore. See how they tried to make Moses seem like he parted the sea. Now this is the fairy tale that these motherfuckers tell you all in school, all your life growing up, even in church, that Moses parted the Red Sea with a staff. That is a lie. Now they say the movement of the earth, the waters receded, the seashore will roll back on themselves. There was a strange silence and then a gloom. It was seen the waters had parted, leaving the passage between the land had risen, but it was disturbed and trembled. The way was not straight or clear. They say the waters about were spun within the bowl. The swampland remained undisturbed. From the horn of what? The destroyer. Now, what did they say in the Bible? Right? What did they say? Watch this. What they tell y'all was what was coming. What did they say that God was gonna raise up in them last days? Because Jeremiah is a prophet against the Gentiles, right? What do they say? The lion has come up from his thicket, and the destroyer, okay? The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without inhabitant. Now, did you read it? Did you see it? Now, who's coming? What did they say? It's the same story. It's over and over again. What did they say? Huh? Now let's go describe. Let's go describe what the destroyer is. Because I see, a lot of people don't know what the destroyer is, right? So let's go a little bit deep right here. You see what they say? Man forgot about the days of the destroyer, right? Only the wise know where it went and that it will return at its appointed hour. Now, what did it say in the Bible? They said, the lion has come where? From out his thicket. He is gone forth from his what? His place to make thy land dead. So whatever they talking about is the same thing. Whatever they talking about right here, man forgot about the days of the destroyer. Only the wise know where it went and that it will return at its appointed hour. It raged across the heavens in the days of wrath, and this was its likeness. It was a billowing cloud of smoke. Y'all see that red sky out there? Enwrapped in ruddy glow. They say not distinguishable in joint or limb. Its mouth was an abyss from which came flame, smoke, and hot cinders, right? So then they go on to tell you about the passing of the stars, right? This is what's taking place right now. I just bought this book over again so I can educate some people that don't know what the fuck they talking about. All of this is about the cosmos. Whatever this thing is, this is what they've been talking about the whole time. The second coming. This is the second coming. That first one, what we will call the Exodus. This is the second one. This is your Jesus right here. Now, it came in. It's here. It's up here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, but it's causing the skies to turn red. So when you see that red sky, just know. Now let's go back into it, right? They say when ages pass, right? Well, first let's go up here. They say it raged across the heavens in the days of wrath, and this was his likeness. It was a billowing cloud of smoke and wrapped in ruddy glow, right? They say not distinguishable in joint or limb, its mouth was an abyss from which came flame, smoke, and hot cinders. They say when ages pass, certain laws operate upon the stars in the heavens. This is what we getting, y'all. Ages have passed. All the alignments you getting. Remember when they told us about the first alignment that ain't happened in 4,000 years? That's what they meant. When ages pass, certain laws operate upon the stars in the heavens. What are these laws? These alignments. You see these alignments? You see how this thing coming up? It's going to align the stars. That's what it's doing. You see how it's getting closer when it was coming up here? Right? What does it cause when it comes up? Watch this. You see how they align now? See how they aligning? See that? There's a great force upon upon this world right now. There's a great force upon this world, and it was made in the design of the Most High. And let's go back in and let's see where this thing is at. Let's see where it's at, y'all. We're going to go back into it, and we're going to see where it's at. They said, this was the aspect of the doom shape called the destroyer when it appeared in the days long gone by in the olden times, thus described in the old records, few of which remain. It is said that it appears in the heavens above, earth splits open from the heat, like a nut roasted before the fire. Then the flames shoot out through the surface and leap. These them volcanoes, y'all, about like fiery feet. Listen, this shit is so crazy. You feel me? Because a lot of people don't even know that this is the end of the world as we know it, man. That shit's sad as fuck. And y'all sitting back waiting on the Jesus. God didn't say that. The Bible didn't say that. Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace to the world. I came to bring a sword. I come to turn a mother against a daughter and a father against a son. And that's who you waiting on. That's consciousness. That's a consciousness. How could Jesus turn you against your mother? How could Jesus turn you against your father? That's consciousness. This is a vibrational thing. This is energy right here. We just been lied to. Now, let's go back. The dark days began with the last visitation of the destroyer, right? And they were foretold by what? Strange omens, y'all, in the skies. Y'all see all the eclipses and shit? What they say? Y'all see all the eclipses and shit, right? Y'all see them. Hold on, let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go a little bit deeper. What they say? What they say about this thing? They say Planet X will be attended by a swarm of proceedings and following objects. Y'all see that extra moon out there? That's what the fuck that means. Many of which what? Can cause catastrophic impact events and deadly meteorite showers. The last flyby of what? Of Planet X was during a what? The Exodus, according to the Hebrew account of the Torah. Stop playing with me, man. And this is why I say, man. This is why, see all these books, man? That's why it pays, man. That's why it pays, you feel me? And then I can go a little bit deeper into why this Hitler shit. Now look, I got a book from right here. This book right here called World War II. Right here. That's what I'm telling y'all. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. You see that right there? Who is that, y'all? Who is that? Right? Now, why did he have such controversy? Why did he have such trouble with these people? Them Jews. Why? Why? What is this book called? This book right here is called, you see that? The Nazis. World War II. The segment. Now watch this. You see this? Y'all see this? Now, for a long time, nobody has never told us why Hitler hated the Jews. Our whole life, all we ever heard was what he did, but they never told us what the fuck he did it for. Now, why did he do what he did? Watch this. You see this? All of this is them. All of this is real pictures. This is really them. That's they people. These are real pictures. This is really them. Now, we gonna go into... Now, y'all remember what Kanye West said, right? The whole world said that he was crazy. Motherfucker worth $1 billion. Can buy anything he want, but he crazy. He spread misinformation as if he can't buy the fucking book that I got, all these books that I got right here. He can't get this shit? Now watch this. Let's go a little bit deeper. You see all of these people? These is all they people. You see this? Places they was murdering people and shit. This is all that. That's really him. You see that right there? That is really that man. Now watch this. I paid $2 for this fucking book. $2. Do you see what this says right here? Look at this shit. You see what that is? That is a so-called Hamite. So-called your native African right there. You see what that is right there? That is your everyday Caucasian. Okay? You see what that is right there? That is the so-called Oriental / Negro right there. So the so-called Hitler said, this is why he was unaliving these people. And as you can look, they right here, this is Hitler right here. They sit in a room during a segment. And we gonna jump down and we gonna read the segment of what it says. But for now, he says that this guy is a what? A bastard. This is what he says. He says that this guy right here is a bastard. He's pointing to him. This is Hitler saying this shit. He says that he is a bastard and that the true Jew was related to the Oriental / Negro peoples. Now watch this. He said in this segment of the Nazis instructional film, right, the genetic heritage of the Jew is perpetually traced to the Oriental Negro near Asian and Hamitic peoples. Now ain't that a bitch? Ain't that crazy? But the whole world thought that Kanye was a motherfucking dummy. And then not only that, right? Not only that, but what do we have here? Compact dictionary. Right? What does it says? Well, everybody that keep claiming to be a motherfucking African and you claiming you're a Christian, pick up a fucking book, man. Now, it literally tells you, son, perhaps hot. The youngest son, him, perhaps hot. The youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of who? The dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. The Negroes was never African. These are your native, these are the 4 trees that make up the whole continent of Africa. The Negroes was never African. These are your Hamites. Hitler knew this. This is your Negro, Oriental / Negro / he said, this is out of Hitler's own mouth. Hamitic, he said, the Jew was perpetually traced to the Oriental Negro near Asian and Hamitic peoples. Hence, the film concludes the what? The Jew is a what? Bastard. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man. Now, that and the only reason I got into that, this is why I got into that. Because if Planet X is here, like we said is, the new moon appeared like they said it was, right? It was one exodus, right? The first exodus. If Planet X is here and the last time it came was the first exodus, why do you think it's back? Why do you think it's back, right? I'm going to show you why it's back, right? This is why it's back. Right here. This is why it's back, man. Right here. We are them people, like we claim to be. 2019 would have made 400 years. And like he said, and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abraham, and lo, a horror, a great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abraham, know that surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. And they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them for 400 years. Not 420, not 430, but 400 years. And also, the nation who they shall serve, I will judge. Now, if FedEx is here, that's because I ain't got to say nothing, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. The same reason it was here last time. It's the same shit. Pharaoh won't let the slaves go. They won't even tell us our fucking name. So, what do you call that? What they say? Let's go into a little deeper book. Let's see. He said, they said it is known, and the story comes down from the ancient times, that there was not one creation, but 2 creations, a creation and then a recreation. And the fact known to the wise that the earth was utterly destroyed once and reborn on the second wheel of creation. They said at this time of the great destruction of the earth, God caused a dragon from out of heaven to come and encompass her about. The dragon was frightful to behold, and it lashed his tail. And the reason that they call this thing a dragon, y'all, I don't need nobody getting all misconstrued and thinking, don't believe in fairy tales. This ain't what they saying. This is a metaphor, okay? The reason that they call this thing a dragon is because the tail stretched from one end of the earth to the other. And it have fire and plasma shit in the tail. It look like it has wings on it from the smoke coming off of it as it flies through the heavens. That's why it's called a dragon. Okay, this is the tail. See that? See how far this tail is following around it? See that? That's the whole, this all connected to it, running all the way through the earth, through the sky, flinging itself through the heavens right now as we speak. And that's what they call the dragon. You see them other satellites and moons and shit? That's why the new moon has come in. Y'all think I'm playing? Watch this. Watch this. I could have told y'all the new moon. I mean, go watch my videos. I've been telling y'all the new objects was coming in. How I knew the new objects was coming in, right? How we know the new objects was coming in? Y'all think I'm playing, don't y'all? Nah, man. You know how we knew them new objects was coming in? Because they told us. You see that? They said Nibiru will rise with the sun at sunrise in the east. It will look like a new star in the heavens. But as the days go by, it will grow bigger and bigger and eventually eclipse the sun. It has already did that. It eclipsed the sun twice. It's about to eclipse it again. They say Planet X is larger than Jupiter and red in color. That's where you get the red skies. They said it has a comet-like tail of debris. And it also has moons. Moons accompanying it. So they has moons ushering it in. So when they get on this motherfucker, they tell y'all, oh, a new moon finna be in the sky. How the fuck y'all think that moon got here? Where did it come from? Because our moon is a part of our solar system, right? It's a whole nother solar system that came into our solar system. And it done bought their whole family. And when you heard Ronald Reagan in the 80s speaking about a motherfucking alien invasion, that's what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about no little fucking gray man. That's what it is, man. We've been lied to. But the roosters is roosting now. You know, cock-a-doodle-doo, motherfucker. Shit finna hit the fan. And you know how all this shit start? What God say, right? He said that his people was gonna come out with great substance. Ain't that what he said? Right? See, they don't tell y'all the whole fucking full extent. Let's go deep into this shit, right? They don't tell you the full extent of the Bible and what is taking place. That's why it's precept upon precept. But during this time, you're going to witness great empire fall. One of the greatest empires ever, and that's this empire right here. But not only will they fall, but Asia will fall. All of their ass falling. Africa, most of all of them is done. All of them. That's why China being destroyed right now by natural disaster. They all will be destroyed by natural disaster. Italy, flooded out right now. Natural disaster. All of them. Africa, the desert, the Sahara Desert, right now getting rain like never before. Never. They have never seen this in history. They ain't never seen that shit like that. They ain't never seen no shit like that. Now what they say? Woe be unto Babylon, right? Woe be unto thee, Babylon, and woe be unto thee, Egypt, and Syria, right? For what they have done. He said, gird yourselves with cloths of sack and bewail your children. Be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Now, this is what he's talking about, y'all, these plagues that's coming. This is what I told y'all. Ain't no Jesus coming to save you. Death and destruction will come upon the land. Now, he say a fire. A fire is sent to you. He said a fire is sent among you. And who may quench it? He said plagues is sent unto you. And what is he that may drive them away? He said, may a man drive away a hungry lion in the woods? He said, or may anyone quench the fire in the stumble, right? He said, may anyone quench the fire in the stumble when it have begun to burn. He said, may one turn again the arrow that has been shot, that is shot of a strong archer. He said, the mighty Lord sendeth plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? He said, a fire shall come. He said, a fire should go forth from his wrath, and he is who that may quench it. He said they said he shall cast lightning, and he is who they say, and who is he that shall not fear? They said he shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? They said the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten? They say who shall not be utterly beaten to the power of his presence? They said the earth quaketh, and the foundation of it thereof. They say the seas are rising up, and the waves deep. They say the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. Now, where's Jesus at during all this time? Right? Where is he at during all this time? This is because it's a consciousness thing. It's a consciousness thing, man. It's like, you hear how these people talk about these dimensions and fifth dimension and third dimension. Like I keep trying to explain to y'all, that's all thinking. It's all thought, man. You have third dimensional thinkers and you have fifth dimensional thinkers. People who have graduated from the slumber, who have woke up out of that sleep. You got to get rid of that shit. You got to get it up out of your system. What you've been taught, everything you've been taught is a lie. And it's on you to recognize that. That's why he says, study to show thyself approval. Only you can find the truth. Seeking you shall find. The truth shall set you free. The whole motherfucking thing you've been taught, the whole Christianity thing is a lie. It's a code. It's a lie. All of the religions is a lie. Most of them can worship anybody they want. God only has one people. And these one people is the whole salvation of the whole world. And without them, nobody's saved. Not Jesus, but these people. You see what he says? Right? Without these people, nobody is saved, man. Right? I don't think y'all understand this shit. I don't think nobody understands this. Right? He said, but we, thy people, who thou hast called thy firstborn and thy only begotten. All right? These people. Right? He said, for I have come not but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? For the salvation is of the Jews. The whole world's salvation is of these people. That's why you had the so-called prophet had to come waking these people up and telling them to turn back from all the motherfucking pagan gods, like the so-called Jesus picture and shit y'all worship and all the idols. He said, do not worship anything that is in the likeness of heaven, nor graven image, nor wood, nor stone. So where the fuck the pictures, the crosses, and all the candles and shit come from? You all contradicting yourself, man. Everybody contradicting yourself whole time. They don't even know about this thing that's all throughout the Bible, causing havoc. All throughout the Torah. This thing is spoke about. The destroyer. Nobody's telling y'all about this shit. Y'all, that when they go in the book of Isaiah, talk about the devastation of the lords of the earth, this is a promise. This ain't no motherfucking revelation. No prophet. This is a promise that he's telling, the promise that the Most High made to devastate the land. During this time of this second Exodus. You know what he says? During the time of the second Exodus, it's all right here, right? During this time of the second Exodus. You see what he said? This is how you know that this is the second Exodus when this thing comes. You see when Abraham, he told him after 400 years, he was going to free them people. You see? And also, right? He says, and also that nation who they serve, I will judge after that 400 years, right? So how we know when that time is, right? How we know when that time is, we'll see. We'll see when that time. This is the second Exodus. This is how you know when that second Exodus has come, right? Because he said that his people were scattered abroad from one end of the earth even until the other, right? Now pay attention to this. This shit's so easy, man. It's easy. He said, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, thus speaketh the Lord God of Israel, saying, write these words that I have spoken to thee in the book. For Lord, the days come, said the Lord, that I will bring again. Okay, so this is the second Exodus. I will bring again the captivity of my people, Israel and Judah, said the Lord, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave their fathers. So who is he talking to? Because remember what he said, he scattered his people from one end of the earth even to the other, right? And there they should serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither them nor their fathers have known. He said, but you, what he say? But if you not obey the voice, hold on. Let's see what he said. He said, and the Lord will scatter you from one end of the earth even into the other, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. Right? 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 Okay? Let's go a little bit deeper. Right? There you should serve other gods of wood and stone, which neither you nor your fathers have known. So he scattered his people. He's talking to these people that scattered, because these are the ones that's going to return back to the land that he have gave their fathers, and they shall possess it in their word. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and Judah. Now watch this. Therefore, fear thou not, O servant Jacob, said the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar in thy seed from the land of their captivity. So we know that this is that second Exodus. Jacob shall return, and Jacob shall be at rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with thee, says the Lord, to save thee. Though I make a full end. This is the end of these people, man. They don't talk about this shit. Their time is up. Though I make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee, guess what? Ain't the end of our world, it's theirs. Yet I will not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure. So he's not making a full end of us. It's not the end of our world. It's the end of theirs. But so many of us going to leave here in order to correct what's going on right now. That's what he said. Though I make a full end of all the nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet I will not make a full end of thee, though I will correct thee in measure. So a lot of us is out of here. A great time to be alive, ain't it? That's why I said, man, all these magnificent things taking place on the land right now. This is the greatest time to be alive right now, man. So many people missed this time, wasn't here for this. This is the greatest time to be alive, one of the greatest time to be alive, and America will be destroyed, right? America will be destroyed. You see what he said? This is a promise that the Most High made. You know, keeping these promises. These things is coming forth right now. You see what he says? Right? He says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my peoples. You see, he keeps saying my people. He ain't saying the world. He says, speak thou in the ears of my peoples, the word of the prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper. He said, for they are faithful and true. He said, fear not the imagination against thee. He said, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, speak against thee. He said, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And then he says, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. But I thought he was sending Jesus. He said, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction. Y'all see that? But I thought he was sending Jesus. He said, I will bring plagues upon the world, right? Death and destruction. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. He said, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. He said, therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more in touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Who told a man he can marry a boy? He said, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me. What innocent and righteous blood? He said, and the souls of the just complain continually. What they saying, right? Get them back. Pay them back, Lord. He said, and therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them. And see, he said, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Right? Who's he talking about? I mean, come on now. I mean, it's not hard to understand who's he's talking about. Right? Let's real quick. He said, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. He said, for because of their pride, their cities shall be troubled and their houses shall be destroyed. World War III coming, boy. He said, a man shall be afraid and have no pity upon his neighbor. He said, but shall destroy their houses with a sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Y'all know what that is? The lack of food. He said, for the great tribulation. He said, for the lack of bread and for the great tribulation. So we know this is the tribulation time, the end of the time. This is the end here. He said, behold, said God, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which is from the rising of the sun, from the south, the east, Lebanon, to turn themselves against one another and to repay the things that they have done to them, right? To who? Like as they do yet this day. Whoever they done it to, they doing it still to this day. Now, stop playing with me. And y'all wonder why y'all used to hear all them Hebrew Israelites on the corner. Oh, God gonna destroy America with World War III. That's what he said. He said he could call together all the kings of the earth to reverence him, which is from the rising of the sun. Where's that? Ain't that the East? Pay attention to the Middle East, man. Big shit popping. Y'all just ain't watching. This natural disaster thing and this war shit all together, man. This is all the promises that the Most High made. These are all it. Then what did he say? Right? What did he say? He said, then they shall be known who are my chosen. So they hid. His people hid. They don't know who his people. His people right now trying to tell motherfuckers who they is. But they telling the world that they Ashkenazis and Khazars. No, they not. They hid. They all throughout the four quarters of the earth. He said, then they shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. He said, they shall be tried as gold in fire. They said, hear ye, O my beloved, said the Lord. They said, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. He said, but I will deliver thee from that same. He said, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for God is your guide and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord. Do not let your sins weigh you down, and not let your iniquities lift themselves. Woe to them who are bound by them sins and covered by their iniquities. See, what the church see? The church bound you by your sins, because that's all they preaching in there. But he telling you, don't let your sins overweigh you. He said he told you to keep his commandments and his precepts. That's what he said. He said, do not let your sins overweigh you. Hey, everybody was born with sin. Come on now, man. Then they will be known who are my chosen. So whoever his people is, they've been hid. Nobody know who they are. He said, but we know who they are. How we know who they are, y'all? How do we know who they are? Right? I want to know how we know who they are? Huh? This is how we know who they are. Because he said, your sons and your daughters shall be given unto other people, and your eyes shall look and longing for them for all the day long. They say a nation that you have not known shall eat up the fruit of your ground and your labors, right? This is his people. And you shall only be crushed. You should be oppressed and crushed continually. Bad. My bad. Anyway, let's get back to it. This is where I was going. The Lord will bring you and your king who set over you to a nation neither you nor your fathers have known, and there you shall serve other gods of wood and stone. And you shall become what? A horror, a proverb, and a byword, a nigger, black, African American. That's what the fuck he meant. You don't know who you are. You have become a proverb, a horror, and a byword. That's what you are. African American is a byword. Negro, a byword. Nigga, a byword. All that shit. You don't know who you are, man. So we know when we're talking about his people will be hidden. He told his people who they would. They his the one people who didn't keep the fucking his only people, his one true only people. Like he said, what he say? He only has one people, and among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people. He only got one people, man. Just one. I ain't here to argue with y'all and no shit like that, but I'm just here to tell y'all, you can figure this out. It ain't hard, man. Anybody can figure this out right now. In today's time, we've been lied to. That's all I can tell y'all. We've been lied to, dog, and this shit's sick. It's sick. That's why the whole world is sick right now. That's why they got the man marrying man, women marrying women. Motherfucker, that's mental illness. When a full grown man with a nutsack walk around talking about he's a woman, that's mental illness, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole world is fucked up on it. Then they got this abortion thing going on. That's like real big too. Where they like sacrificing unborn. Sick, man. This shit is sick. Like it's some sick shit going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And we can keep denying this shit like we don't see it. Like we don't see nothing wrong. Oh, it's wrong. It's some shit. It's some shit going on around this motherfucker. Y'all can keep acting like you don't know that this world is fucked up right now if you want to, because you keep thinking, oh, it ain't, you know, it's gonna get, man, this, if it can't get no worse than this, I don't think. This is a wicked place to be at right now. This is wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to, you know, the power that they investing in women. The reason and I ain't saying this to go against my own women and that, but women wasn't never given the power to be over a man. And the reason that the world is so fucked up right now is because they gave so much power to women. And this is the honest to God truth. They put the women over the men, especially in the black household. So y'all can't sit here and say that you don't see how fucked up the world is right now. Anybody that's denying that shit, and then they keep trying to, it's like a war on masculinity in order to make these things happen. In order for us to accept certain things, it's like our women have to accept it first. Once they accept it, then the world is okay with it, which I ain't understanding how y'all ain't seeing this shit. The war is really on y'all. It's really, and you know why I say that? This is why I say that. For those of y'all that, you know, that don't educate yourself, you know what I'm saying, and y'all got questions, you know, to everybody that have, you know, questions and they want to ask some shit, this is why I say that, right? 1 second. I'm going to let y'all know. If this chick ain't stole my damn book, because, you know, let me see. Oh, no. There's something missing. Hold on. This is why I say that, though. I'm going to find it. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I say what I just said. And it's not a bad thing. It's just what y'all can't recognize. You know, what you all can't recognize. Damn, man. Fuck. What the fuck? All right, I found it. Now, this is what I mean, right? When I say this. See that? This is what I mean, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what I mean, right? To those of y'all that doesn't have this. Let's go a little bit deeper, right? Let's see. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands. Now watch. Let's go into this. Let's go into this, man. Breaking the process of the African woman. Now I want to show y'all something. This is why I say what I say. Okay? Take the female and run a series of tests on her. See if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way because she is the what? The most important factor for what? Good economics. And they talking about you, black woman. They say if she shows any signs of resistance to submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip to extract the what? Last little bit of resistance out of her. He said, take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you'll spoil good economics. They say, when in complete submission, she will train her offspring in early years to submit to labor when they become of age. Understanding is the best thing. They say, therefore, we should go deeper into this area of the what? Subject of matter concerning what we have produced here in breaking process of the female nigger. They say we have reversed the relationship in her natural uncivilized state. Now watch this. Her natural uncivilized state. They say she will have a strong dependency on the uncivilized nigger. And she does. That's how she say all men ain't shit, because she picking the uncivilized one. She got a strong dependency on that. They say she will have a limited protective tendency towards her independent male offspring and would raise her male offspring to be dependent like her. Nature had provided this type of balance. We reverse the nature by burning and pulling what? Now watch this. This is how sick this shit is. Burning and pulling apart, burning and bullwhipping the other one to the point of death in her presence. By her being left alone and unprotected, the male image is destroyed. The ordeal caused her to what? This is what they done to you. To move her from a psychological dependent state to a frozen independent state. So when you hear motherfuckers saying, I'm a black independent woman, we know they did it to you. They got you in a frozen independent state. They say in this frozen psychological state of independence, she will raise her male and female offspring in reverse roles. Yeah, they done this to you. For fear of her young male's life, they said she will psychologically train him to be mentally weak, independent, but physically strong, because she have become a psychologically independent. They say she will train her female offspring to be psychologically independent. What we have got here, you've got the nigger woman out front, the nigger male behind scared. This is the perfect situation of what? Sound asleep economics. Before the breaking process, we had to utterly be on guard at all times. Now, guess why they ain't got to be on guard at all times? They said now we can sleep soundly, for out of frozen fear, his woman stands guard for us. He cannot get past who? Her. Her early slave molding process. They did this shit to y'all. This is honestly mental warfare. So when you hear motherfucker, oh, I'm independent, I'm strong, ain't no such thing as no motherfucking strong, independent black woman. They told you that they did it to you. They told you that what they tell you? This will break the balance. Nature had provided balance, this type of balance. What? A man and a woman. And they took that away from you. And now they telling you that a man is a woman. And guess who they got pushing the agenda? You. How you gonna say it ain't no good man, but then push your agenda for a man to be a woman? If it was a good man, he'd probably a fucking woman now. And you okayed it. They couldn't get that done without you. They couldn't get none of this done without you. Everything that you see going on in front, why you think they putting all this shit in front of y'all? They got how the fuck did LGBT become Black Lives Matter? That don't even make sense. That's full of all different types of motherfuckers. That don't even make sense. How did our people become the face of that shit? Because our women okayed it. Just like they said, he cannot get past her what? He cannot get past, what they say? They say, now we can sleep sound, for out of frozen fear, his what? His woman stands ground for us. He cannot get past her what? Early slave mode and process. And guess what they said, man? Guess what they said? This shit will last for how long? How long? Generating hundreds of years, maybe even thousands. They told me the man said that this shit will last for hundreds of years, maybe even thousands. And I'd be damned if he wasn't telling the truth. Fuck out of here, man. They wanted y'all to become like men. They told y'all they made y'all strong, independent women. Ain't nobody did that shit to y'all. Y'all believed in these people, listened to everything they fucking said, and wanted to. And now you want to complain because you asked to work and asked to go out here and do certain things, and now you got that shit, and now it ain't no good man because they got y'all thinking this is a whole thought. It's like a mental warfare type of thing. Only you believe what you believe because you've been taught this shit. So now you stuck in the frozen state of independence. You lying to yourself. You lying to yourself. Ain't no such thing as no strong woman, strong independent woman. The fuck? That don't even make sense. But yeah. You know, half the they never even read this shit. Half the world never read this. Most of the world need this shit in their house. Because if you ain't seen nothing, y'all, that's just a little bit. Man, you ain't seen shit. Y'all ain't seen nothing to how they, man, listen, man. This shit ain't even that. Look how thin this shit is. Look how thin this is. This shit thin as fuck, man. Come on now. If only most black women knew what was in that book, they had never been independent. They didn't need a man. What? Why you think you see so many women that cover their heads and shit and all that? Because they done self-educated themselves. They done read that shit. They done seen what the man got going on. You out in front for the man. Just like right now. Y'all, they got our women fighting for a motherfucker that's already in office. For some shit they can do right now. And the women don't even understand that they being played. They being bamboozled. They ain't seen this woman up until now. Where the fuck has she been for 3 years? Straight up. Malcolm X said it best. The worst motherfucker is a liberal pretending to be a motherfucking so-called African-American friend. Steady selling you motherfucking lies. This shit been going on forever, man. And y'all letting these people run this game on y'all. You know why? Because you are the best. What they say? What they say about these black women? Look, they ain't say they wasn't shit. This was back in the slave days. Look what they said about these black women. They said, they said, take care not to kill her. In doing so, you'll spoil what? Good economics. You see that? You see that? Do you see that? Look at this shit. They said test her in every way because she is the most important factor for good economics. Now listen, that's how you know. A black man in a black woman household is a powerful thing, man. That's why they destroyed it. That's why they don't want black families. Because the black woman is powerful behind the black man. Straight up. They don't want y'all to know that. They want y'all to keep saying we don't need each other. I don't need no man. I don't need no. That's what they want y'all to say. They want y'all to keep thinking like that. You will never become a great empire without your significant other who you had kids with or whatever. So even if they not your kids, even if they not his kids, just having a man to put that structure down. You know what I'm saying? What you steady saying that and telling yourself you don't need this, you don't need that, you lying to yourself. Who the fuck want to be alone? That's a lie. I ain't met one motherfucker that wanted to be alone. Fuck out of here. Whoever say that is miserable and hurt, and they need to get past that motherfucking pain. They need to let that shit go, cause you hurt and you bitter. Somebody did something to you in your past time, and you blaming everybody for that shit. You don't want to be alone. You ain't happy being by yourself. What type of shit is that? Who wants to die alone? Ain't nobody gonna find you dead. Your body gonna be full of rigor mortis and fucking maggots and shit. You ain't gonna even be able to have a fucking funeral. You want to be alone. Motherfucker might not find you for days. Oh, such and such ain't been answering the phone. Well, you know she be like that. She bitter. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck want to die alone. Fuck, might not even find your ass dead for a month or two or some shit. Week or two. Then you gonna have a closed casket. Ain't that fucked up? All because you wanted to die alone. That's a lie. That's some shit you telling yourself to make you feel good. To make you feel better. Denying the fact that you don't want to be alone. I'm a man and I don't want to fucking be alone. The fuck? I know if I don't want to be alone, you for damn sure don't want to be alone. The fuck? Come on now, man. Don't let these people keep making y'all believe it. We putting these thoughts in we believe in the thoughts that they put in our head. They putting this shit there. They want you to argue with each other. Oh man, no, they want y'all to have that Kevin Samuels ass effect, you know, to where women and men is beefing on the internet and saying they don't need each other and all this. How the fuck if we didn't need each other, how the fuck we gonna procreate? The world will cease to exist if we know it. Why women keep making these weird ass posts? Women don't need men. What type of sick shit is that? Didn't your mama need your daddy to make you? The fuck out of here, man. Wonder why so many of our kids messed up. Because they take you as a joke. A daddy ain't even got to raise his hand. He just raised his voice. Sit the fuck down. Whole house set up. Shut the fuck up and sit down. Mama got to talk 7, 8 times. Sit down, sit down. Did not tell you to sit down. Can slap a motherfucker everything. They right back to doing what they was doing. Daddy got to speak 1 time. Fuck up out of here, man. And you gonna say what you don't need. You fucking up your kids. You might not need them, but they do. Shit. Straight up. I don't get no, you know, when my kids used to be little and shit, when they teacher had to call me, that was the last resort. Anytime. And I ain't never had to go to no school and clown and none of that shit. All I had to do was show my face or say, get on the phone. I wouldn't hear shit from my kids for the rest of the school year. And me and their mother, not even together, but that shows me how important a father is in a child's life. That shows me that. Teacher called their mama all week. They do the same shit. Teacher called me. I don't hear from the teacher no more the rest of the school year. I ain't have to whoop a motherfucker ass. I ain't have to lift a finger. I ain't have to do shit. All I had to do was get on the phone. What is you doing? I ain't doing this. He don't even live with me. They live with their mama. That's how important a father is. You put fear in the motherfucker 300 miles away. That's the importance of a father, man. So when you say, I don't need no man, my kids, just make sure you say, my kids just need their daddy. Don't forget that part. Because that's being selfish. You might not need the motherfucker, but the kids gonna always need that instruction. You know what I'm saying? Like, a woman can't raise a man to be a boy. I don't give a fuck if you sat down with a champagne bottle and showed him how to put on a rubber. That ain't gonna even work. That's why so many of us, and I hate to say this shit, in real life, but why y'all think a lot of us got anger problems and a lot of us so quick to unalive each other? Because we was raised by our mothers who was emotionally and angry. A black woman to go off at the drop of a motherfucking dime. And kids watched that and it grew into them as they was growing up. You know, with fathers, they instruct you. You ain't no crying. Ain't none of that stuff. Fathers don't want to hear that. Boy, I know you ain't crying. With your mama, she gonna whoop your ass and you gonna go cry and all this and that. Your father, he gonna chastise you, tell you, shut up, wipe your motherfucking eyes. That emotion gonna grow out of you sooner or later because you ain't gonna know how to react to emotion. But with your mama whooping you and then fucking hugging you and saying she's sorry afterwards, it's kind of fucking you up. Because now you an emotionally disturbed man. Wonder why our boys so quick to kill your ass. You step on their shoe and shit. They ain't never had nobody to chastise them. They ain't never had nobody to get them straight. They always got cussed at, screamed out, called out their name. Y'all know how these, man. Y'all know how this shit go. Y'all know how it go. I hate to see that shit. I hate to see our people saying that they don't need each other. We the only people do that. You know, we some fucking clowns. All on TikTok. We got the whole world watching us. And then not only that, every time something goes on with our people, we the first ones to crucify each other. The first ones. Shit come out. R. Kelly,
Cases happened way in motherfucking 2003. I was in fucking 8th grade or some shit. Everybody love him. Whole world singing happy people. Whole motherfucking world. What do we do when we, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker go on Gil King, next thing you know, everybody hate him. His own people crucifying him and shit. Motherfucking Diddy. We ain't even get a chance for the man to make it to trial or nothing. But guess who already made him guilty? His own motherfucking people. And then y'all make it okay for these other races to talk. I just seen a Mexican getting paid. Y'all don't know that these people getting paid off us? Everybody monetized. I'm monetized. These motherfuckers getting paid off us, man. We are clowns to the whole world. The whole world benefit off us. Whether if it's off TikTok, YouTube, putting out a story, spreading false information, whatever the fuck it is, man, the whole world is benefiting off us. Just like with this P. Diddy shit that's going on right now. Ain't shit came forth yet. All y'all, the whole world got nothing but word of mouth. That's it. I ain't seen shit like, ain't nobody gave it time for nothing to come out yet before the whole world, his own people start crucifying him. As if he fucked them and essayed them or some shit. Or drugged them. As if they was witnesses or they was there. They just so show that this man is, I just don't understand this shit. Like I thought you wasn't guilty until proven guilty. But shit, it seems like in front of our people make us guilty before the judge even can say we guilty. I don't understand that shit. We got so much self-hate. We be the first ones to go make videos and memes and all this shit about each other. And then expect for the rest of the world to respect us after we done clowned each other. You ain't seen a whole bunch of Caucasians making shit about Epstein and sharing videos about Epstein and black motherfuckers and him and his secretary and all this shit. Or the fat dude that just came off from Nickelodeon that was fucking essaying kids and all. You ain't even heard shit about this. Where was all they people doing that? Why we ain't see so much shit floating around about they people? You know why? Because they don't do that. It's probably a slight few. But us, something come out about us, oh, we posting videos, green screens and shit. Like we was there. Thanking God, this the most happiest day on the earth. Like how? What the fuck? Shit is crazy to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, if the man did anything that got regards to doing kids or drugging a motherfucker, then yeah, he should be prosecuted to the full extent. But if all y'all got to talk about is baby oil and cracking all these jokes and shit and talking about motherfucker flying somebody out or even battery, this is some shit that happen every day. Somebody getting their ass whooped right now. Motherfucking world at war right now and shit. And we cracking jokes about Diddy. Any second motherfucker get hit with a nuke and we sitting up here cracking jokes. The most important thing happening right now is World War III and y'all don't even know it. Y'all think it's just do y'all not know that this is a fucking proxy war? We've been in a proxy war for like 2 years. But not too many people know what that is. But you'll see. You will see. Straight up. The whole world gonna see. We too far deep now. Can't nobody stop this. Y'all know how long this shit been going on? We too far deep in the east, over with fucking Israel and Lebanon. I mean Hezbollah, whatever the fuck his name is. We too far over in Ukraine with motherfucking Russia. There's too much blood that's been spilled and too much money. Trillions of dollars. Now something gotta give. And that's from either side saying that shit. You think they spending trillions and trillions of dollars and all these weapons being used and all these targets being destroyed for a motherfucker to say the war is over? Man, y'all crazy as a bitch. This ain't over till somebody wave a white flag. Shit just ain't got real yet. It ain't hit you yet. And then when it get real, guess what? It's gonna be a trend all over Facebook. Motherfuckers gonna be sharing, scared, talking, oh, this is real. Oh, this. You gonna start seeing trends of Russia again, Ukraine, but they ain't been thinking about none of this shit for the last couple months. It's gonna take for social media to make them even get their mind on shit. I ain't telling motherfuckers not to you know, live your life, but at the same time, know what's going on. I wish we would too, but you know, Change start at home. If people don't want to change individually, ain't no way that we can change a motherfucker. I can't change you. You got to want to change on your own. Change starts in your house. Just like with these fucked up kids and all them unaliving each other and killing each other, it's something going on at home. Mama smoking and drinking with them, daddy, some motherfucking body. They friends, the school they go to, something. That shit start at home, man. You gotta look at the motherfucker in the mirror first, change you and the shit around you. You can't go outside or where the shit going on at and try to change outside when it's fucked up in the inside of your house. That don't even make sense. You got to change the inside of your house, and then shit. Hopefully, you walking out your house a changed person will change the people around you. Yeah, it's sad, but shit, we can't do nothing but go on, try to do better ourselves and shit like that. Suck up as much information. Shit, do research. Don't be the type of person that don't want to know. I don't understand these people that don't want to know. It's like people scared to wanting to know things. People rather not know. I want to see shit coming when it's coming. I want to see it. I ain't one of the people that if some shit happening, I want to know. Don't give me no surprises. So when it happen, I don't be confused. I be like, oh, that's that. I don't want to be running around up my head like a chicken with my head chopped off and shit, not knowing what direction I'm running in, where I'm going, and I ain't know. Let me know. Yeah, they don't know though. It ain't really them. It's gonna be what's sad about that is the kids. You know what I'm saying? If this shit, I ain't gonna say if because from the looks of it, it's on. So I say when the shit do hit the fan, it ain't gonna be a lot of old people. It's our kids. It's our kids that's gonna be getting shipped out there, man. That's what they ain't understanding when it comes to this. It's cool and all to vote this woman in, but what is her strategy? What do she have? What do she got planned for Russia and the shit that's going? She said, if you listen to her words, she said that she fully would back in Israel and all that. We don't need no person like that. Motherfucker need a person that's, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to get the war ended and all that. Not no person I fully stand with it. Bitch, you fully stand with sending us to war. Is what you basically saying. That which don't even fucking make sense because I don't think she have no type of credentials when it comes to that type of shit. I mean, it's already fucked up, that I say give it 5 to 10 years from now. The war on masculinity is gonna make this shit happen anyway. It'll be a woman president before you know it. But during wartime, we don't need that. We don't need that. It ain't nothing wrong with a woman being a president, the commander in chief. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Plus a black woman. I would love for that. But right now, with a war going on, hell no. I don't give a damn if you put a racist motherfucker in war. I don't want no woman taking us to war, folks. That's just something I don't even recommend that. Straight up. I'd rather Joe Biden stay in office and take us to war if that's the fucking case. We don't need no woman taking us to war, man. Straight up. The strategy is not gonna be right. I know the picture ain't I got it sitting down. I had, what I'm saying? I'm just talking. I was reading these books and shit, Got on a whole nother. Yeah, a lot of people they ain't understanding. They think that men. What do you think about the comment? That's that moon. We was just talking about that. We were just talking about that. They thought it was a comet at first. But then they come to find out they talking about it's a mini moon. Man, that moon, like I just was explaining to y'all, came in with the other objects. It's part of that system. It's just this the first one we seeing with the naked eye. You know what I'm saying? But like they said, that the thing is being accompanied by other moons. Ain't that what they said? Shit, that's what they said. Motherfucker came in with other moons, right? Right there. See where it says that? Where it said it has a comet-like tail of debris. It also has moons accompanied. So, shit. When you see them extra moons and shit, you know where it came from, man. The moons coming in, them extra suns and moons, whatever the fuck we starting to see is coming in with this thing. If it's a moon, if it's a new moon came in, that moon is part of some solar system.
You know what I'm saying? So where is that moon? Like our solar system has a moon, has a sun and shit. Some solar system has two moons, two sun. You know what I'm saying? So where is this moon's family at? Where is all? You know what I'm saying? Where is the sun and the other? Come on now, man. Y'all got people gotta think more logical. If it's another moon, it's another sun out there somewhere with that moon. You know they call that. You know they try to say Planet X, the so-called Planet X system, is a dwarf star, which, like I try to explain with the moon situation. Might as well call this a dwarf moon. Shit. They called it, you know, that's what the news did. They called it a mini moon. Shit, not me. When I heard, though, I swear, when I heard that, I thought they was playing. I thought that was just some shit. I thought, you know, because I first seen it on TikTok. I'm like, nah, this that shit I've been reading out them books. I'm like, nah, they gotta be joking. But then, shit, I went and Googled it. That shit real, man. They thought it was a comet at first. It's a whole fucking moon. Damn. I ain't never heard that. Well, whatever. One of these objects we seen came in with these other objects. So that's all I can say, man. The one we finna see. That's what I meant. This one object we finna see. Because they say the whole world gonna see this motherfucker. Bro, do you not know how weird that's gonna be to walk outside and there's two moons right there? That's some sci-fi shit, man. I can't believe that we even accepted this shit, dog. Like, they could just get on the news and tell us anything, bro. Like, and we just gonna run with that shit. Like, okay. Like, y'all don't think we supposed to be concerned or no shit? If, like I keep trying to tell y'all, if the moons could control the current of the waters, shit, I think, listen. I think, you know, something going on. Something wrong.